times have we seen this two-car, even though it's not Paul Wolf, his crew chief that's pulled that strategy a few times, we've seen them stay out longer than anybody else and then hope that the caution comes out maybe 8, 10, 12 laps into this run where he can come in and get tires under that caution.
Look at the 88 and watch for a tire rub on Alex Bowman. Not sure quite where that came from.
Well, we know where it's come from. He's been riding that wall, but not even giving an inch of clearance to that wall.
Matt Kenseth's slow there.
I was going to say, I saw they went 3 wide by Matt like he's got a flat tire. He's going to spin here. Boy, this could be huge for Brad Keselowski.
Caution. Caution is out.
Now, I don't know if it's going to work as good for Keselowski, Larry Mack, as he would have liked, because most of these teams have only been out there a few laps.
Yeah, the pit stop started at lap 174 and ran through 176, so some of them only have 3 to 4 laps. Yeah, to your point, Jeff, Brad Keselowski, he needed this to go another 5 or 6 laps. Then he would have drug everybody with him. I still think you'll see mixed decision here, especially drivers maybe outside the top 10 come with Brad.
Well, Larry, according to my lap count, we've only got 4 cars on the lead lap because of all those green flag pit stops. So do you stay out, take the wave around, or do you come in?
Oh, absolutely. No, you take the wave around. Absolutely, yeah. Kyle Busch is going to get the free pass, which will put 5 drivers on the lead lap. So this actually worked pretty darn sporty for Brad Keselowski and Jeremy Bowles.
Yeah, that's a good point. If Chase Elliott doesn't come in, there is no wave around for a bunch of those guys.
Watch the blue car, Matt Kenseth.
It's hard to say if he got into the wall. We saw a shot earlier where they went by him pretty quickly and he was down on speed, so obviously he felt a tire going down and just trying to get off the racetrack, trying to get back to pit road, and around it goes. You see that right rear tire down.
Had a great run going again tonight. So, according to our scoring, 4 lead lap cars at the moment. Brad Keselowski, rookie Brennan Poole, Chase Elliott, and Denny Hamlin. And look what you don't see in this shot. Falling raindrops. Good.
I love it because we're having a heck of a race. I want to see it go all the way to the end. How about Brennan Poole? It's shown on our screen here in second place. Stayed out there and gambled it out.
Right, they had stayed out. They last pitted at lap 128, as did Keselowski. And through all these green flag pit stops, just stayed on the racetrack.
And Mike, he's got a veteran crew chief, Pat Tryson. Pat Tryson has been around for years and won a number of cup races with different drivers, including Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
So 4 lead lap cars will pit when the pits do open. Kyle Busch will get the free pass.
And some things materialized there, Mike, right before that caution came out that you may have just caught a glimpse of. And that was, I believe it was Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin just getting by our leader, Brad Keselowski. He was on those older tires, remember, so the closing rate was fast. On the newer tires, they had just gotten by our leader to get themselves back on the lead lap.
So there you can see where those drivers had made their last pit stop.
And as you can see here, Kyle Busch would have been the next car to try to get himself back on the lead lap. Even though he is going to be the free pass car, he's still technically right now is a lap down.
But I think with this few cars on the lead lap, regardless if you just had major green flag pit stop, I think you come and get 4 fresh tires. Well, maybe not. Brad Keselowski's or maybe not.
Well, I would expect he and Brennan Poole to pit, certainly. Matt?
And the 2-car already in, right side tires going on. Jeremy Bowles is going to drop the air pressure in both rears to try to help that 2-car on exit. Captain Roger Penske, a pair of wins here in 75 with that Matador. But Keselowski got that win here in 2018. He's trying for his second.
So, who took the wave around? Everybody.
Yeah, because Chase Elliott was at the tail end of the lead line, so all those other cars that were lapped down were between him and Brad Keselowski, so they will get the wave around.
Chase Elliott. Chase down the win in Darlington. Ethan Hamlin capturing his third Daytona 500. Joey Logano, the winner in Las Vegas. Alex Bowman for the big win at Auto Club Speedway. Joey Logano back to victory lane in Phoenix. And then we took a break. Kevin Harvick returning to Darlington this Sunday and going to victory lane. 4 winners in 5 races. And tonight, the second race at Darlington, 500 kilometers with now 44 laps to go.
How about that, Mike? 23 wave around. When a green flag stop sequence starts at Darlington, the caution comes out with the leader like Keselowski, who stayed out waited. Just creates a big mess for these crew chiefs, but they did get that wave around.
There's our Geico drone patrolling the back straightaway at Darlington. When built, that was a covered grandstand, and that was the front straightaway alongside the highway.
Am I showing my age, Mike, if I say I raced here when that grandstand was covered? At least the one off a turn, the old turn 4.
That's right. And we'll get ready for the restart with Chase Elliott and Brad Keselowski on the front row, Denny Hamlin and Brennan Poole in row 2. Those were the lead lap cars. Kyle Busch got the free pass, so he is 5th. And then everybody who took the wave around, and it's going to take a minute to sort that out, so let's add a lap of caution to do so.
Yeah, definitely. I say it creates chaos for the crew chiefs and pit crews, but it really creates chaos for timing and scoring.
Yes. Now, incredibly, only one car is out of this race. In stage 1, Ryan Preece appeared to lose an engine. He's the only car out of the race, although there are from 24th on back are a lap down. Matt Kenseth's team reports that they believe something broke underneath the car in the fender area that rubbed the tire and caused it to go flat, causing his spin and this caution. How about Brennan Poole in the top 5 due to a strategy call to stay out when everybody else had pitted under the green flag, and the caution flew. There's the rest of the rookie running order.
Yeah, we talk a lot about our big 3 or big 4 rookies, but Brennan Poole right now is up there in that 4th position, and some great work on pit road. And like Larry McReynolds said, Pep Trice calling that shot to stay out.
Now, Brad Keselowski was 11th before the pit cycle started. Staying out certainly paid off for him. They'll restart front row. And apparently there is still some disagreement over who lines up where.
Yeah, but he better figure it out fast, because that pace car is on pit road.
And we're going to go back to green. It'll be 42 to go when they come back. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, 1, 2, 3. Elliott, Keselowski, Hamlin. Here we go. Blaney got up into Brennan Poole there.
Yeah, and Poole may have made some contact with Kyle Busch. I don't know if Kyle made any contact with outside wall, but definitely lost some positions.
Keselowski takes second away from Hamlin. Hamlin coming right back at him.
And we're trying to squeeze Keselowski, but Keselowski's got the preferred line on the outside. That's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. behind that lap car. And Blaney also 1 lap down. So those guys are trying to get up there and be the free pass car or get by the leader to get that lap back.
There's Blaney up and just brushing Brennan Poole, sending him up into Kyle Busch.
I think he definitely made some contact to his left front. I don't know if it caused enough damage to cause any issues to the left front fender, but at least Kyle Busch stayed out of the outside wall. is really closed up on Brad Keselowski as well as Chase Elliott.
Keselowski and Hamlin have the best tires of this group, counting caution laps. They're 6-lap tires better than Chase Elliott. And the time is now for Keselowski. Early in this run is when it appears he feels he needs to make this move.
And we've seen Chase Elliott work that outside lane. He might open up the door to these guys. Now this time he closes the door and Brad Keselowski runs a little bit lower line. That's just putting some dirty air to that race car behind you on Brad Keselowski. But down here in turns 3 and 4, we've seen where he's really opened it up and run higher these other laps and opened up the door to allow Keselowski to get inside, but not able to complete the pass. This time Keselowski is there. Whoa! These guys side drafted into turn 1. Denny Hamlin's got a front row seat to this.
Best seat in the house.
I'd say he's going to have a real front row seat here.
Definitely as this run goes by, if Chase Elliott can keep Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin behind him in that dirtier air, it'll build up the air pressures on those tires, take away some of the advantage of those newer tires.
Brad Keselowski was really strong in the first 2 stages on Sunday. Didn't have a great final stage of the race. Still wound up the best finishing Penske Ford.
And that might be creating some of his urgency right now, Mike, of trying to get by Chase Elliott. He needs that clean air to help his car stick over the long run. I think Chase Elliott's the opposite. Maybe he doesn't have a great short run car, but seems to have a pretty good long run car. We know Denny Hamlin's got a great long run car. Of course, I'm still waiting for Larry Mack's setup to give me that good short run and long run, Larry Mack.
That 4-car had it on Sunday.
Yes, he did. Oh, Clint Boyer going around. Flat right rear tire.
And that'll put the caution out once again.
And you can see he's made contact with the outside wall, flatten that right side, push that fender on that right rear tire, causing it to go down.
10th caution flag of the night, lap 195. He got into the wall a couple laps earlier. You can see all that damage to the right side, and it eventually cut down the right rear.
Let's go back and watch this replay. We're in turn 3. Already that tire's going down. It reminds me a lot of William Byron's issue that he had on Sunday. Same section of the track. He goes in, the back end steps out, makes contact with the wall. So it's hard to say if he made contact earlier then flatten that right side, cause the tire to go down, because he did make contact with it there too.
Larry, 33 laps to go. What do you want to do here?
Yeah, this is an interesting situation, Mike, because remember, all those wave-around cars and those drivers, they are back on the lead lap now. It's been 8 laps since that last restart. I think you have to come here, but let me give you one little, oh, by the way, Denny Hamlin in the 11, Kyle Busch in the 18, they have made 8 trips to pit road. Now, we don't know if they put a set of scuffs on there somewhere, but they may be out of sticker tires in their pits because they've made 8 trips to pit road. Remember, the sets of tires was 9 for the entire team.
We're told 4 laps prior to bringing out the caution, Clint Boyer got up and into the wall coming off turn number 2. Here it is.
And it looks like Clint gets tight, then he tries to pull it off the wall, puts a wheel to it, the back end comes around, pushes in that right side. Here's pit road action. Matt?
Jeremy Bullins and Brad Keselowski, a lot of discussion back and forth on what to do. Keselowski put it on Jeremy's call. He made the call to hit pit road. You can see the 18 going around to the left side. Air pressure change on that car. They've made so many adjustments on Kyle Busch's car tonight. A little bit farther up pit road. As you can see, the 19 is going. The 88 of Alex Bowman. Trouble here. They are going to lose time. The car came in the box on the side. They're going to have to come back back around. No, they were going to try to jack it back up. A lot of time lost here.
Now I have 3 cars staying out. Denny Hamlin, Brennan Poole, and Matt DiBenedetto. The race off pit road is won by Kevin Harvick over Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, Matt DiBenedetto, Keselowski, Truex, Logano, Reddick.
Boy, Boyer won those first 2 stages, was having just a perfect, flawless night until that moment right there. Really, until he lost the lead. Remember when he was in that battle with Eric Jones and lost a bunch of positions there? Just really hasn't ever been able to recover from that.
Now he is still on the lead lap if they can get him back out.
And again, I want to follow up one more time on Denny Hamlin in 11, his crew chief Chris Gabehart. I don't know that they had a choice here because I feel strongly if they'd have pitted, they were going to have to put some lightly scuffed tires on. In other words, tires that only ran a few laps earlier. So really they would have not gained a thing by coming to pit road just to take scuffs off and put scuffs back on.
Good point, Larry. I believe Brennan Poole has pitted. Yes, here he is. So when we restart, instead of 4 lead lap cars as before, once Ryan Blaney takes the free pass, we should have 25 lead lap cars for these final 30 laps.
The only thing I'll say about Hamlin is those were some hard laps right there. They were pushing very hard. So, you know, you can be out there a few laps on tires and maybe not, be a big deal when you have clean air and you go back to the restart as the leader. But man, I thought Hamlin was pushing really hard to maintain some of those positions and battling it out, and I think he's really built the air pressures up in those tires. So I just don't know. I agree, Larry, I don't know if they had a choice, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to maintain up there like we've seen some of these others on older tires.
Matt DiBenedetto did not pit. He is second. He was last on pit road 20 laps ago. Now, Kyle Busch is an interesting story here because one caution ago, he was the free pass car. That meant that he could come to pit road and work at leisure on his car without giving up a spot to those cars that took the wave around. They would have had restart behind him. So they had plenty of time to get that piece tuned up. And here is Kyle in 4th place.
And Mike, let me tell you what Adam Stevens did. When they were on pit road, when they got the free pass, they put some scuffs on. So they came there, that left them with a set of stickers, and they put a set of sticker tires on right there.
Yeah, that was a smart move. I mean, with that few cars on the lead lap and the position that he had, I mean, you got to believe there's going to be more cautions in this race, and there just happened to be one. So I think that was a really smart move that worked in their favor.
All right, let's settle this. 30 laps to go as we get ready for the restart. Hamlin's Toyota and DiBenedetto's Ford. Camry versus Mustang on the front row. The closer, Kevin Harvick, in 3rd place with Kyle Busch. Now there's a dangerous pair.
Yes, I mean, both of these guys are going to be really aggressive. Kyle Busch, we know what he's capable of on these restarts. We saw what Eric Jones did on that last restart, going 3 wide to take the lead.
And remember, Mr. Long Run, Martin Truex, if we have more cautions, because he's restarting late, we're told he has 2 sets of fresh tires left. That could be money.
Oh, yeah.
Pace cars in. And here we go. Seen some history there because you don't often see 3 wide at Darlington, and they're all over the place now.
And here goes Kyle Busch trying to take the lead from Denny Hamlin. Here comes Chase Elliott to the outside. Oh, that did not work out. Kyle Busch turns Chase Elliott.
Hard into the wall. And almost back up into traffic.
Cliff Boyer getting pushed. Almost collects him. Man. Not sure what that was all about from Kyle Busch. I don't know if he misjudged trying to side draft Chase Elliott, but definitely turned him. A very unhappy Chase Elliott climbs out of that car. You can see he's taking his time. He wants to see somebody first, or
Yep, he was in position to have a chance to win it. 11th caution flag.
oh boy.
Let's have a look at it.
Here's why he's upset. Goes to the outside, follows Denny Hamlin by the 18. Busch just moves up and misjudges it completely. Gets into the left rear, spins Chase Elliott around, sends him into the inside wall.
I mean, this is right in the middle of the straightaway. It's not a case of the car
Oh my
sliding up
God!
the
So
racetrack.
Kyle Busch just turned
there.
Chase
I mean, the only
Elliott
thing
around
I can
out,
think of
and
is you're looking in
I
your
think
mirror
you
to
guys
see
saw it.
if you can get. You're
And
looking at
Chase
Kevin
Elliott
Harvick, some of these
flipped
other
Kyle
guys,
Busch
how they're
off.
closing in. You're listening to your spotter, but I mean that's more than just a misjudge by an inch. I mean that was
A mile.
not even close.
I cannot believe Chase Elliott just
Moyer
flipped
got
Kyle
punted by
Busch
Quinn
off
Alf
like
as everybody tried to check up. Nobody expected the 9 to come all the way back up across the racetrack.
Like I said, not even close. I mean he's the right front tires to his rear bumper. And it's caused damage to that 18's right front fender. I mean, that was pretty heavy contact. So you see Kyle Busch weaving back and forth here. He's going to try to take that right front tire and knock that fender out. He's got his teammates going to look at it to see if he needs to come down pit road.
26 laps to go.
Danny says we're good. It's up to you.
And there's the word.
He did push it out there a good bit.
Pit road has still not opened. So that's not yet come into play, but
I don't know if I'd call that good. I mean, that's pretty heavy damage. It's going to affect the aerodynamics on that car, but it might not rub
Yeah.
it might not cut the tire.
I think that's good as far as no visible tire rub. But
Then he's like, yeah, that's good damage. That might hurt the performance of your car with those fresher tires. I think you're good.
Well, that's a lot more damage than what his teammate Eric Jones in the 20 had earlier, and you saw how much that affected that 20 car.
Yeah, good point, Larry.
Matt,
And Adam Stevens told Kyle Busch, if there's an 80% chance that you think we can finish this race, let's just stay out and not pit.
okay.
Oh, and now look at this.
Mother Nature is as happy about this development as Chase Elliott. The sky is crying. Jeff, I don't know what to say. That was not a matter of inches. It was about a foot that Kyle Busch lacked of clearing Chase Elliott trying to move up.
Well, we've seen Kyle Busch be really aggressive with side drafts, and he works the air so well around cars. But that's not what that was. I mean, he made a move that was very aggressive that clearly just made contact. So you can see the draft with Denny and Chase. They were definitely going to go right on by Kyle Busch, and I just think that maybe Kyle Busch anticipated Chase Elliott to continue forward at a faster rate where he could get into that small gap. See that small gap there between Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott, but it just wasn't there yet.
And he may have been more concerned about an onrushing Kevin Harvick trying to get in line in front of Harvick
there's no doubt
than about Chase.
No doubt that played a role. And also, if you see what's happened all day long, when you lose that momentum and that line gets to your outside, you're going to get freight trained. You're going to lose several positions. So obviously Kyle Busch thinking, all right, I got to make this move if I'm going to stay in this thing and still have a shot at winning this race.
I just don't see with that damage that's a winning race car.
No, but we'll see. We'll see. Kyle Busch is capable of anything, but it certainly didn't end well for Chase Elliott.
Rain falling in Darlington. Denny Hamlin, your leader, with 24 laps to go. Field continuing to circulate under caution. Hamlin and Kyle Busch 1-2. Harvick and Keselowski 3-4. Eric Jones completes the top 5. There's a lot of moisture on the way, so this is just that little drop of green, just a little bit of pop-up. And the heavy stuff isn't going to come down for quite some time.
Hey, Larry Mack, how's old Chris Gabehart's choice looking now, buddy?
Well, it's looking pretty good. And the way I'm looking at what's going on right now, this may be the first time that a driver running second is liking the rain as much as the guy that's leading the race right now with all that damage that he has on that 18 car.
Well, like most Darlington races, they're going to be talking about this one for quite some time. Let's have a recap of some of the incidents that have brought out 11 caution flags and showed an awful lot of lead changes here today. John Hunter Nemechek had a great race on Sunday, has a tough night tonight with a spin early, damage to the rear of his car, and then a second spin. Ryan Preece got to start on the pole, but won't be around for the finish. He is currently the only car out of the race. Gets a Darlington stripe, but continues. He's on the lead lap. Cole Custer not so lucky. He's now 2 laps down. Matt Kenseth got a little scrape and damage there that would figure in later. Clint Boyer dominant in winning the first 2 stages. First time that's happened this year. But then he ran afoul of trouble later. Eric Jones Chase Elliott, who takes the lead. Then Boyer, one of several to get up and pound the fence, and then end up in the pits under caution, repairing damage. Kyle Busch sliding up way before he was clear of Chase Elliott. And that brings out this caution flag, the 11th one of the night. And Elliott out of the race.
Mike, normally when you run out of tires at Darlington, that's a big problem. But for Denny Hamlin, that might just be what wins him this race.
That's right.
They didn't have tires to go to come down pit road like the rest of these guys. Put them out there on the track, and now the rain comes at the right time and might just get you the win.
Once this race gets the checkered flag, it won't be long before we're in Charlotte. At Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600, NASCAR's longest night, 600 miles, Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. A big thank you to our Fox crew. There's Nelson, Michael, and Andy up on the roof, and we've got cameras all over the place. Terry Ford, who's usually out at the end of the back straightaway. Got Brad Hutton, the GOAT, down on pit road. Dave Stolen down in the pits. Donnie Russell. All of our guys braving the elements to bring you this great race at Darlington. Wish you could be here in the stands to see it, and hopefully before summertime that will happen. Well, we can get fans back to the track now that NASCAR has shown that we can get these races on track and in the books and on TV. phase one in our return to the track.
Yeah, Mike, I mean, we talk about all the effort by the track and the teams and NASCAR getting back to racing. But I got to say that, these guys that run the cameras and the equipment, sound, all the technicians, everybody that it takes to put on these broadcasts, don't get enough credit because they're at that racetrack, long hours. When you talk about all these races that are happening in a short period of time, that's a lot of work by those folks too.
Speaking of short period of time, tomorrow at noon, the Xfinity Series race that was rained out from last night will take place, the Toyota 200, presented by Geico, FS1, noon Eastern time tomorrow. You got folks like Andy Jeffers, who helps with our in-car camera installs, and then he's been running around first with Regan Smith on Sunday and Matt Yoakum tonight, helping to produce there on pit road. And there is the trophy that awaits tonight's winner. Weather permitting. Looks like they're going to bring the field down pit road this time with 20 laps to go. And hopefully this is a brief shower. There is quite a gap. Not sure in terms of time. Looks about 20 miles on the map. Not sure about the time. Because they've not lost the track in that the track is not completely wet from this brief shower. There's the big stuff forming to the south down at Lake Marion and working its way up I-95.
Definitely plenty more on the way.
Yep.
That's what Denny Hamlin's hoping for right now. But we want to see these last 20. This has been a spectacular race, Mike. I mean, we've seen every kind of action, right? We've seen phenomenal restarts. We've seen great strategy on pit road, great pit work on pit road, some green flag stops. I mean, we've seen guys that are good on the short runs, good on the long runs. I mean, it's checked every box for me so far, right up until what we just saw happen between Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott.
Well, it's safe to say that if that had not brought out the caution, the rain would have within a couple of laps. And we would be in a hold position as we are right now. 500 kilometers, 228 laps, just 20 to go. When this track was built in 1950, the intention was that you would race around what is now the apron, and the banking area was the safety margin. In case you lost traction, you could slide up there, regain control, get back down on the racetrack. That didn't last long.
I was going to say, how long did that last?
It didn't even last the first race. They figured out you get up on that banking, you'd go a lot faster.
Well, didn't they start, 70 cars?
Oh, it was a huge field.
Yeah.
And the slowest car in the field, this little Plymouth, driven by Johnny Mance, he was the slowest qualifier, but he had a speed secret. He had 6-ply truck tires on his car, while everybody else was running 4-ply